Next up on WTV, a Student Health Advisory Council meeting, a cancer fundraiser, and this week's edition of My Life As. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Hey there, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Thursday, March 23rd, and I'm Saachi Kuchu with today's Daily Update brought to you by Wingspan TV. There's a Student Health Advisory Council meeting being held today. WTV's Ryan Shapiro has the details.
Tonight, the Student Health Advisory Council, or SHAC, will be holding a meeting from 5 to 6:30. SHAC is a group that assists the district in ensuring that the community values are reflected in the coordinated school health model. During the meeting, the council will cover topics related to health education, physical education, health services, nutrition services, social and emotional climate, counseling, healthy school environment, staff health promotion, and family/community involvement. The meeting will be held at the Frisco ISD Administration Training Rooms. To find out more about the meeting, visit friscoisd.org. Reporting for WTV, I'm Ryan Shapiro.
Due to storms that knocked out FISD servers, FISD will be having a bad weather makeup day.
Rather than empty hallways, on April 28th, campus will be filled with students and staff. The last Friday in April was supposed to be a bad weather makeup day. Frisco ISD was able to get a waiver from the Texas Education Agency for the 4 missed days January 31st to February 3rd due to snow and ice. However, school was also canceled on March 3rd after another storm disrupted the district's network. Since this storm only impacted Frisco ISD, the district is not seeking a waiver, which means the district will use the makeup day of April 28th. Because March 3rd was scheduled to be a B-Day, April 28th will be a B-Day, which means there will be back-to-back B-Days on April 27th and 28th. Reporting for WTV, I'm Lauren Pratt.
People can express their identity in many ways, one of which is hairstyle. But when it comes to their hair, most people can't envision shaving it all off. However, for one senior on campus, shaving his head is an annual affair. But he doesn't do it for the change. He does it for a cause close to his heart. WTV's Karina Grovskaya explains.
Many fundraisers on campus raise money to support student events and clubs. Others donate to local communities and welfare organizations. But one student on campus has a fundraiser that focuses on what is no longer there, his hair. Senior Varun Saravan and his father hold a yearly fundraiser to support different cancer organizations.
When I shave my hair, it kind of shows my support for other patients. Because we're focusing on kids' cancer research, on our fundraiser page, we're allowed to put a picture of ourselves after we shave our heads, and that kind of goes out to some of the patients. And usually for kids, they might get mocked sometimes, or they feel uncomfortable because they don't have a choice in their hair. They kind of have hair loss because of chemotherapy.
The money raised goes directly to the St. Baldrick's organization, which funds developments in technology, treatment, and university lab research.
I think this is probably our 5th year. St. Baldrick is one of the cancer foundation which focus primarily on kids, cancer research. So we want to focus more towards kids. That's where our hope is to get betterment in their life.
But the family has a much deeper connection to their fundraiser than visible at first sight, a connection that started years into their past.
Usually people only start to make change when something happens to them. And for me, when I was 8, my mom passed away from stage 4 stomach cancer. It was March 23rd, 2014. And instead of just sitting around and mourning her death, we thought it would be best to make something better out of it. We knew that she wouldn't want us to be there sad, so we tried to honor her in some way.
While funding is important to support developing cancer research, the family is also trying to send a message with their story.
Our children are our hope. So currently the sad thing is a lot of mortality on children are primarily due to cancer. So we want to focus more on that, bring more awareness, and bring more funding towards research, so that we can prevent most of them before it happens.
I put in my story specifically because it tends to deepen the message. It shows what my mother had to go through for years. It showed the small things in the process that my dad had to go through and how he still mourns that today. It shows how my sister deals with her emotions today, and it shows how I still have conflicting thoughts about my role in all of this. And I think it's important for people to know that, because cancer is sometimes a taboo subject for people, and even though that is, it should be spoken of. It's not a good thing to talk about, but it should be.
To help send that message to more people, the fundraiser is virtual and accessible. Anyone interested can donate by scanning the QR code or with the link. Reporting for WTV, I'm Karina Gorsko.
On this week's edition of My Life As, WTV looks into the life of softball player Adeline Glatch.
So after school, we only have a couple minutes to get ready, get up to the field, and start warming up by 4:45. We start with a light jog to center field, and then we go into our stretching circle and just do our dynamics and make sure we're loose. After that, we go into throwing, make sure our arms warmed up, and then we split it into infield and outfield to do our everydays. Everydays are usually quick just to make sure that we have our basics down, and then we meet back up, see what we're gonna do next, and we're gonna do double fungo. So we have 2 coaches hitting to us, just getting reps and moving to the ball and just make sure our fielding's doing good. And then we go into hitting and we do front toss on the field and a little bit of tee work. After that, we go into a live scrimmage with our pitcher pitching and our coach giving us calls just to make sure we have all the calls down and our hitting's good and we're working good fundamentally as a team. And then that's it. That was better.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. Mexican American Studies Club is having their meeting on March 29th during advisory to celebrate Women's History Month. There will be trivia, games, snacks, and all are welcome. Please go to Ms. Franco's room at C215. Wingspan and WTV are looking for new members to join the staff for the 2023-2024 school year. Sports, social media, podcasts, columns, storytelling, the possibilities of what you can do is up to you. See journalism advisor Brian Higgins in C102 to be part of this local, state, and national award-winning program. That's it for today's daily update. This is Saachi Kuchu for Wingspan TV.